How is it going out there, everybody? This is Speedboy14. Now I'm doing a top 10 hardest levels in New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. So if you guys give me a favor and drop a like on this video, I would really appreciate that. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and click on the bell right beside it to be notified every time my new videos come out. And without further ado, let's go! Number 10 on my list has to be World 7 Castle. So it's not really all that difficult, but the reason why I put this at number 10 is because it is tedious. It's easy if you're not going for the star coins, but if you're going for the star coins, that's the real challenge. And you have to really watch out for the amps there. Of course, the first star coin's very easy to get, that's all you gotta do. And you really just have to watch out for different stuff. If you're not careful, you can fall off easy, but as long as you're careful, you should be good. Yeah, excuse me. So, excuse me. The hardest part is that you have to ride the snake block the whole way. And that's the tedious part, is having to ride it the whole way. And that's what makes it tedious, so just watch out for the thwomps, watch out for the spikes, and then stuff like that, and you should be good. And it should be pretty easy. Here is where you have the pendulums they have to watch out for. So you have to really just be careful about it right here. And then just watch out for them like that. So, this level, if you just take your time, it's not too bad with some practice. But again, the star coins is the real challenge. You just have to take your time, is all you gotta do. If you rush, it makes it harder. The last star coin is absolutely the hardest to get, and the hardest star coin of the entire World 7. Because for this star coin, you have to stand at the edge and jump at the right time. And it's really irritating to get. That's really all I have to say about this level, so now we're going to move on. Number 9 on my list has to be World 8-4. 8-4 is not an extremely difficult level, but it's the spiders here that appear here that can make the level difficult. Because you have to really watch out for the spiders. And they're all over the place. And then you have to really watch out for them like this. But if you know what you're doing, this level should be pretty easy. Guys, it's easy to speedrun. This is one of the easier levels to speedrun if you know what you're doing, but the hardest part is just getting the star coins, because some of the star coins require the mini mushroom, and it is a butthole to get. And there we go. If you grab the star power, it does make part of it a lot easier. And some jumps have to be precise. So that's really all I have to say about this level, so now we're going to move on. You didn't even think that World 2 level would come up on the list. So number 8 on my list has to be World 2-5. Because the blocks in this level are quite annoying. Like this. Because these blocks are so unpredictable and they can move at unpredictable places. It's random each time where they're going to jump at, so you can't learn a pattern. They're just all over the place. But if you know what you're doing, this level is not that bad. But speedrunning this level is unbelievably difficult. And then, but if you know what you're doing, you should be able to get the star coins pretty easily. And that's really all I have to say about this level, so now we're going to move on. Alright, so number 7 on my list has to be World 3-3. So, this is the worst underwater level. It's the only underwater level that will be on this list. This has to be the worst underwater level in the game. Because of these bloopers. And this level is extremely hectic. But the fire flower does make it a lot easier. But you really have to watch out for the pipe currents, because they push you all over the place. And there's several bloopers to make it tedious as well. Like, this level is all over the place. That's why it's number 7 on my list. The hardest part's getting the star coins, because you have to dodge the bloopers. If the bloopers wasn't here, it would have actually been a pretty easy level. That's really all I have to say about it, so now we're going to move on. Number 6 on my list is World 8-7. So, the reason why it's number 6 on my list, it's not really all that difficult unless you're trying to go for the star coins, but it has to be number 7 because some star coins are tedious to get. And that's the reason why it's number 7. I mean number 6, I'm sorry. We already had a number 7 on the list, so I just got numbers mixed up. Forgive me if I do get some numbers mixed up. So, if you get the star power here, it does make the rest of the level easier. But the reason why it is number 6 on my list is because the enemies are so annoying. And that's all I have to say about this level. Now we're going to move on. Number 5 on my list is World 8 Tower 2. The reason why it's number 5 on my list is because this one is tedious. Because you have to ride this snake block throughout the whole thing. It's another snake block level, but definitely harder than the one we talked about, number 10. It has to be the hardest tower in the game, and it's the only tower on the list, actually. So you have to be super careful. It's very easy to make a mistake here, and it can be tedious. And when you're trying to speedrun this level, it is unbelievably difficult. So, this level almost kind of requires a little bit of luck in order to speedrun it. But when you're playing it casually, not too bad, but But you have to really watch out for which way the snake block is going. So, yeah, if you don't know the pattern, it can be very difficult. There's even a part that will test your platforming skills. Like this right here. Like you have to be really, really careful here. It will really test your platforming skills. Here you have to stand on the head. If you don't time it right, you're toast. But the boss is actually easy. Especially if you have the fire flower. And that's all I have to say about this level, so now we're going to move on. Number 4 on my list is World 5-A. This level requires precision. That's why it's, that's the reason why it's number, 4 on my list, because of the precision. The timing is unbelievably precise here. This first star coin, you have to time it right. You have to jump, and then these move incredibly fast. If you're not careful, you can slip easily and die. Because like I said, Mario's movement in this game is almost like he's slipping and sliding all over the place. That's tedious about this level. That's why it's number 4 on my list. That's all I have to say about it. Now we're going to move on. Number 3 on my list is World 3-Boo House, which is the Boo House of World 3. It's the only Boo House on the list, and this has to be the hardest Boo House, even though it is the first one of the Boo Houses. Because you have to hit the switch, and you have to be quick right here. And there we go. And some of these doors have some secrets that are hard to find. And like, they hide star coins really well here, so you have to be careful when you're going for star coins. Like, you have to look everywhere almost. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. You have to watch out for those pumpkins right there. And you have to really watch out for stuff. And once you hit the switch, you have to be quick. And one of the star coins even requires the blue shell. And the blue shell is probably the worst power-up, and second worst power-up in the game, outside of next to the mini mushroom. And there's a star coin here that's not too difficult to get. That is the reason why it is number 3 on my list. Pretty good reason why. Because it is quite tedious. That's all I have to say about it. Now we're going to move on. Number 2 on my list has to be World 8-1. So, you was expecting this level to be high. We're down to the dregs now. So, this has to be number, this definitely has to be number, 2. Because 8-1 has flying crows that are just annoying. And this level is just hot style. It is our number 2 for the harder ones in this game. And you have the crows that are just awful, like they're awful, like they really make the level difficult. I know when you try to speedrun this level, it's unbelievably difficult. This has to be the second hardest level in the game because of the stuff I've already said about it. Especially if you try to get the star coins, and especially if you try to speedrun it. And now we're moving on to the hardest level in New Super Mario Bros. DS. Be ready for this one. Here we go. Alright, you've guessed it right. World 8-8 absolutely has to be number 1. Why it's the hardest? Reasons. This is one of the harder Mario levels of existence. Because it is a butthole to try to play. Because you have these bombs that will light off. And it can get really difficult. And you really have to watch out for the falling meteors. And there's RNG in this level. That really makes it hard. Excuse me, some meteors can be close to each other. And that's all I have to say about it. This level would definitely be harder than the hardest level, than the hardest Mario Kart track. So, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and click on the bell right beside it to be notified every time my new videos come out. And let me know down in the comments below, what do you think is the hardest New Super Mario Bros. DS level and why? And also let me know down in the comments below, what would your top 10 hardest New Super Mario Bros. DS levels be? Have a wonderful day. Peace, Republic of Speed Boy.